Yeah, sure.
If it's very offensive, I won't tell you.
Okay, let's not say it over stream. Pod shot meaning. Oh, well, it's looks like a coffee
cup.
Coffee cup. Sweet. So yeah, coffee cupping people in the face, right?
That's
It's a thing.
interesting.
Yeah, that's a thing. Man.
Okay.
So, man, yeah, I guess like not really a lot to talk about other words in that game. So it looks
There's
like
lots to talk about, but nothing good.
yeah, there's
to
nothing
talk
good.
about.
Yeah, to be honest, yeah, it tough game. But we are now into champion select for the next game,
We
which
know that sound.
Oh, we know that sound.
Wang, 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 wang.
Wow. Okay, so I'm just gonna kind of write that in my book who we are. Winners.
To reiterate, this is Markza versus Boomshot. There's another Zach ban. And actually, that's something that I wanted to touch on a little bit, is that recently I started playing, your boy, myself, started playing the King of Zach. The King of the Jungle.
King of
and
Zach.
1, he's super fun.
Yeah.
2, if you just build full tank on him, he's just like almost completely unkillable. And 3, he's actually pretty good.
Yeah, he is. And it's one of those long range engage, a lot of damage.
One of my favorite things is flying. Oh, like once you have the level 5 E, you have enough range to actually fly over Dragon and Baron Pit.
Yeah.
So if you can fly over them and then get the smite mid-steal, it's like almost as satisfying as like playing Bard Jungle and you're journeying through the back of the pit and then you get the smite through that way because you're getting range. It's like those two together.
I have never. I've done Zach steals before, but I've never got the like over the Baron Pit, land on the other side.
It's brilliant.
That would be that would be satisfying. I would say that.
Absolutely brilliant.
So talking a little bit about the completely different bands that we saw in the last game. So
yeah, I guess we'll talk about this game.
Yeah. So Ari, Kennen, and Jack's band from the blue team. Zach, Kassadin, and Oriana. Some interesting bands. I don't think anybody that I would say is currently really top tier. In terms of champions, but you know, some very strong picks.
I think Kennen's actually really strong.
I would say Kennen would be the strongest one here, yeah. So, but some decent bands, like all champions that I wouldn't like facing myself.
The Oriana and the Kassadin are definitely targets at Misha.
Oh yeah?
Misha's played in several of our ESC solo queue tournaments.
Yeah.
Also, remind me when we're out of game to change the volume for the champion select, because it's so loud.
Oh yeah, you getting the music too?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm hearing a lot
Sorry
of
about that, boys and girls.
Well, it happens. So we already have locked in a Gnar, which once again, very excited to see another Gnar, see how that Gnar plays, see if he lands the same types of ultimates that the last Gnar played. But we do have an Alistar locked in, and also a Volibear. Was not expecting to see a Volibear in a game, but
I'll be honest, nor was I, but
excited to
Volibear
have
was
it.
my first ever main. Actually, that's a lie. Warwick was my first ever main. Before I knew actually like anything about the game, I would just like insta-lock Warwick every single game. I'd go wherever, and I would build the same thing. I'd build a Warmogs, Thornmail, Blade of the Ruined King, and
oh, you started
else.
Yeah, you started Blade of the Rune King days. Back in my day, it was the
And
Madred's
Wit's End.
Blood Razor. Oh, there we go. Yeah, John just walked in the room. The Karma from the last game.
The MVP from last game.
That was one hell of a game. But we should also be talking, though, the Olaf right now being locked in as the jungler for the blue side, and also the Lucian being picked up. Haven't seen a Lucian yet. Definitely a strong pick. Right now, it just looks like the blue side they are looking for engage. They want people dead.
Yeah, they kind of just want to run you down like a... That's what Olaf
All right. Did you have to make direct eye contact with me when you were doing that? A dog.
You didn't need to tell them that.
Okay, so Ezreal locked in. Wow. Okay, so if they did lock in the Maokai, so there are a couple things I'm going to say here. Phenomenally tanky team on the red side,
for sure.
but they are really going to be lacking damage. They need a very strong AP mid laner. They need something
some
big.
hyper carry in the mid lane. I don't know, like, I don't really know what you can pick here that would give you enough damage.
I don't think there's anything that can like make up for that much damage. But you know,
Rise,
you
maybe?
can see something like a Rise. Even something like a Yasuo would combo pretty decently in this, but that's a very
Yeah,
risky
that's
champion. very risky.
And Yasuo's pretty bad into Lissandra.
Yep. I don't know. You could use something like a LeBlanc and look for a pick, and then if you pick somebody off, then you're fading a 5v4. But hey, if they lock in the Rise,
Please pick the
you
Rise.
You
Please
called
pick the
this.
Rise.
Called this from the beginning.
Yes.
There you go. There we go.
I love Rise. Rise in his current state is so much fun. I've been playing Rise since the rework, and I could never figure out if he was strong or not. And I was like, I think he's strong, but I'm in low elo, so maybe just the people I'm playing against are bad. And then my suspicions were confirmed by, what's his name? Fekar?
Faker.
Frecker, some guy.
Some Korean guy.
Some Korean guy. I think he's pretty alright. He's known as the Eastern Bjergsen.
The Eastern Bjergsen. Oh, man.
Can I get some not like this?
I would love it if Faker was just like at the window right now, like shaking his head.
Just
Like, no, no,
knocks
no.
on the window, being like,
Ah!
he's got tears in his eyes.
Yeah. Why, Crepe? Why?
Because
My
I'm the
goodness.
one he cares about. My opinion is the one that matters most to him, for sure.
Okay, so we're getting into the kind of 3-minute delay period here.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yep, that is in fact a thing.
So I guess we'll go back to this, huh?
So, well, yeah, we might as well go back to the lovely.
Wah, 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 wah. Now you have to look
the
at us
caster
again.
booth. But we do have a
Cast the
couch
booth.
here, which is
Yeah, the
fantastic.
caster couch.
Like last time we were sitting.
We're
in-
just kind of lounging, yeah.
Yeah, last
just
time we
chilling.
had chairs, and I forgot how hot it gets in this room.
Yeah, it's brutal, man.
That's
It's
I did
brutal.
forget that. We were here
There's
last
a
time for
lot
another
of
tournament.
computers. There's a lot of lights.
Yep. Yeah, that's something that we have to deal with. But they do have bubble tea here, which I might very well indulge in when we get a break.
Yeah, true enough.
So yeah, this is in fact at the Invictus Gaming Station in Toronto. So if you guys haven't seen this before, I had never really been to a gaming station before with the first tournament that we did. Awesome place.
Pretty
so
alright.
awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
I'm glad that I didn't know about this place earlier.
Because
Um,
you would have spent all your time.
because I
here.
probably would not have a relationship. So that's glad that didn't happen. But just kind of like looking at the two teams.
Why is there flash on Volibear? Out of curiosity.
Might just be going for the flash flips.
I mean, yeah.
I don't think it's the best choice, but you can in the early game. I don't mind it because those flash flips could turn into, especially into a Rise. If you go flash flip into a Runic Prism, like you
I
could have.
suppose.
It's not too bad, but don't get me wrong. I feel like the flash is not the best summoner spell to have on him. But, of course, it's also really nice for trying to steal Baron, try to steal dragons and things like that. Having that flash is a nice little
Yeah.
thing to have. But
I still feel like you get kited pretty hardcore as
You do.
Volibear, especially without the
without Ghost.
the extra zoom speeds.
Yes, I do agree with that. But, you know, it's this is a very, very different set of teams here. And I'm curious to see how much damage, like, needs to be so much damage coming out of Rise and Ezreal. There's a lot of pressure on these
Rise
two.
does absurd amounts of damage at all
Oh,
times of the game.
Absolutely.
Like,
but,
at all times. It's actually hysterical.
but if he gets taken down, and the issue is, like, the one thing that I can say is that you have a Lissandra who's perfect into a team comp like this. You have 2 damage dealers, and you have a Lissandra to lock that one
Yeah.
person down. So if they do a good job at just
But he's got
jumping
cleanse.
straight in, he does have cleanse. But if you do a good enough job at just CCing one of them down as hard as you can and blowing them up, then they're really going to lack damage for the remainder of the team fight.
Yeah, for sure. Unless Maokai goes full AP Maokai, which I sincerely hope he does not.
But it would
but
be
it's
funny.
technically possible. Luden's Echo Maokai.
It is
You
technically-
ever seen Luden's Echo Lichbane Maokai
I haven't, actually.
with Swifties? He
That
goes
sounds
so
disgusting.
fast.
Well, it is a solo queue tournament.
Yeah, who even knows?
We've seen worse.
Who knows what we could see?
We saw Timo at the Gamescom tournament.
You're absolutely correct.
Yep.
Gamescom.
Gamescom.
Good Gamecom.
Good Gamecom, that's it. That's it. That's the one.
We are finally getting into this.
We are finally
game.
getting into
losing
this.
our minds. Well, I'm losing mine. I don't know about you.
I'm good.
Oh, well.
I once again don't think I'm going to get any time to look at the Keystone Masteries because this screen is basically empty for us, and then it just randomly clicks in. So hopefully going to try to see something. Maybe I can just try to see if there's anything in particular that's off about it. but I'm not seeing anything yet. It's just going to be, it's going to pop up,
There you
and
go.
it's probably going to go away.
Storm Raiders on Rise.
Yeah,
That's all I
Storm
saw.
Raiders
and
on
I'm
Rise.
so
There we
happy
go.
to see it.
Okay, we saw Storm Raiders on Rise. That's a good one to
So
know.
happy to see it.
That is a good one to know. But we are into game number 2 of the Solo Queue Fall Heroes Tournament here at the Invictus Gaming Station, hosted by Esports Canada. We're currently looking at Boomshot versus Markza. Do we know which side is which on this one?
I assume Markza's on the blue side just because of the way the game was named.
Gotcha. Ezreal taking a
Getting
lot
the
of damage here.
cheeky invade
Getting,
here.
oh, and there's the flash. Olaf doing a great job with those axes. And now they landed one onto the rise as well. Pick up the axe, use it again.
He's
Might get
dead.
even more summoners. Dear God, are they going to flash over the wall here? And Lissandra is going to flash, and that's going to be first blood for Lissandra, but now she's in a horrible position, but she does have the support
But they don't have
from
any
her team.
damage.
Look at the aggression. My word. So I have to say, Olaf, that was an amazing play from just constantly picking up those axes, constantly getting those slows, forcing the summoner spells out of these guys. Oh, and they are going to have to run away. That's actually great for the red team because they are going to slow down the start of the Olaf, and he's right now at very little mana.
He has to, I think he has to start blue now.
I think he does have to start blue. Probably going to run over that way.
He should be able to clear it, no problem. And
Yeah,
then he can be fine.
this is not going to be that big of an issue, but it is something that's good that he doesn't get to go back, use any gold that he might have accrued from those couple kills. But Lissandra getting first blood, and everybody but the Braum receiving an assist on that one. That's huge.
Everybody but the Braum surprises me, considering Braum is definitely the best level 1 in the game.
Yeah, the most important
So
person
that's a
level
little
1,
interesting,
and he doesn't get anything.
but-
It's unfortunate, but great choice from the Lissandra to flash over that wall after the rise, and knowing that her team was there to support her.
I mean, also knowing that the enemy team didn't actually have any level 1 damage. Like the level 1 on a Volibear who had already started W.
Yeah.
Alistair who had already used his spell, and a Maokai who may not even actually been there.
I don't think Maokai was there,
Yeah.
no. And
So,
and they all were on the same page on the blue side. They all just knew we're invading, we're all going in. And then Olaf just landing those axes one by one onto the Ezreal, slowing him down, forcing him to flash, and then landing another one onto the Rise, slowing him down, forcing him to flash.
Yeah, you really gotta.
It was great.
You gotta expect the level 1 invade on the team with Braum. It's like you expect it with Blitzcrank all the time because his level 1 is so good. But Braum's level 1, I'd argue, is even better.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you can just get chain stuns on everybody.
Everybody.
And anybody.
And really, Blitzcrank, you have one opportunity.
Yeah.
Right, you missed that one, and then nobody's going to go
and
near you
yeah, if you
anymore,
miss that
right?
one, you're like immediately like invade has
Run!
failed. Abort.
Yeah, abort, run! So I fully agree with you. The Braum is insane in those level 1 fights because you just get those things ticking on everybody. So this is going to be very interesting because we were talking about the fact that Rise needs to build a lot of damage. Rise does not have cheap builds. He's got to buy that Rod of Ages. He's got to buy that Tear of the Gods to get that thing stacking. But now you have this Lissandra who got first blood, already has a second Doran swing that she's bringing into the lane. This is not going to be easy for Rise to get the amount of CS that he wants.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. From what I've seen and like screwed around with a little bit, I've been playing a lot of Rise recently, and I've tried a couple builds. There's 2 main builds that have been going around. There's the standard, tier.
Oh no! Oh no!
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Uh-oh.
This is.
Went
Oh,
a
but
little
Lissandra's
away
going to
from
be here as
Lissandra's
well. The
here.
Volibear does have flash, but not even going to be able to use it, and that's the second kill. Oh no!
Oh boy.
Everything's going so wrong, and that's going to be
when you're behind in the early game, ward your jungle.
You got to have wards up.
I see 4 wards off cooldown.
Yep. Oh,
Oh
man.
boyo.
Yep, that's a tough one. And now Volibear losing his red buff to the Olaf. And now Lissandra sitting with 2 early kills.
Luckily, it is actually good that it's a Rise in this lane, because once you get your tier, you can just like sit back and kind of.
And Lissandra
farm
was
on your
given blue
laurels.
buff. Lissandra has blue buff.
Yeah, she got
Because
it
she
from
just killed it
Volibear.
from Volibear.
Yeah, yeah.
Dear God, I feel so bad for this Rise. That is like the worst position to be in.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
And now the Maokai had to burn his flash because the Olaf pressured him up in the top lane. Like,
Maokai did blow a great flash. That's a hard flash.
that is a very tough
That's a
flash.
wicked
You got to give
That's
him credit there.
That's the Dyrus flash.
But you're right, it is. But
My
I've
boy.
got to give so much credit to this Olaf right now.
Oh,
He has
absolutely.
set up this early game so well for his team. Landing the axes in the level 1 invade, invading the jungle again to get the kill onto the Volibear and getting the red buff as well. And then making sure that he burns the flash from the Maokai up in the top lane. Like, everybody should be feeling great on the blue team right now with what the Olaf did. Like, the Olaf should now just be able to farm until 6, and nobody can complain about
Everybody
that.
except for Braum, who's like, guys, I was there
I
too.
didn't get anything. So Volibear doing a lot of damage. The Chomp not going to quite come down, but the teleport coming in from the Lysandra. They might be able to make something happen here. She is going to finish off the teleport and is going to come in. Does not have level 6. She is also at half HP. Level 6 just gets procced and it's going to get locked down. Oh, Misha's. God. Oh. It's. I literally just say, but she doesn't have the level 6 and then.
Yeah, and the ding.
Oh, I feel so bad. 3-0-0. 5.5 minutes into the game for your Lysandra in the mid lane. I just 44 CS to the 28 on the Rise. Rise does at least have the tier of the goddess.
Rise should have push priority in every lane.
Yep.
Except for the fact that, you know, Lysandra got first blood and had double Dorans.
Yep. Because
it's also hard to get the push priority when you're at level 1 with Rise when you don't have your tier.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is, Lysandra normally can't push as hard because her spells actually do cost quite a bit of mana when you're using that Q, spamming it out to try to match the Rise. But the fact that she came in with a double Doran's Blade gave her that additional mana and mana regen, which meant that she could push much, much harder than what she normally would. Looks like the Lucian getting engaged on a little bit here. The Olaf is now down in the bot lane. Maybe Braum can finally feel something from the Olaf. No! He's going to go for his red buff. Braum got excited there for a second. Thought some action might come his way. Oh, man. It's just 10.5k to 8.7k at 6.5 minutes into this game.
And this is a double tier comp, so you're scaling slowly. You're not going to hit power spikes until around 20-25 minutes. Lysandra is already at 3 kills at 7 minutes. She's going to have her Morellos before 10.
And just looking at the blue side, you have a great mid-game spike. And Gnar hitting level 6 as well, going to do some pretty mean damage. Oh, opting not to ulti. But
Gnar is just should be bullying at this Maokai like crazy. Maokai's doing a decent job of keeping up in CS. Gnar is missing a lot of CS, so that helps him. He's down.
Oh, and here it comes. Olaf here as well.
Ooh,
great
nice
cleanse. Nicely done from the Rise. Very, very nice cleanse on that one. Getting away from that gank. The Ghost being used from the Olaf, but the Flash not being used by the Lysandra. But that was Flash and cleanse used by the Rise. So overall successful gank. Jungler Ghost for both summoner spells on the Rise. I'll take it.
Worth.
Hashtag worth.
Worth in all chat.
Worth in all chat. So Gnar once again fighting this this Maokai, just trying to do as much damage as possible. Lysandra now in the jungle again. Olaf and Lysandra are everywhere. The Flash having to come out from the Volibear as well. The slow not going to land again, but man, this Olaf has just been absolutely everywhere, making this Volibear's life so difficult. And it's one of those things that we feel about Volibear, that he needs to get that early scaling. He needs, especially we're talking about the choice of Summoner Spell, using that Flash, needed to get a jump on everybody.
Yeah,
needed to jump and use the Flash,
who's
but
just been farming.
he can't do anything else. He's not even farming that well because Olaf has been in the jungle all the damn time, right? It's such a tricky position being this this Volibear right now, and I feel bad for him, but when you have a 3-0-0 Lysandra and a 0-0-2 Olaf, it was everywhere, and the Lysandra roam has been insane. No place is safe right now, and now they're going to have additional mana regeneration and health regeneration.
A ton of sustain.
This is so difficult this early in the game to deal with. But I think the red team's doing what they need to do. They're focusing on their farm.
They're doing a decent job playing passively in their lanes.
Yes.
Accruing what CS they can. Using their summoner spells actively so that they don't get hit by CCs and whatever.
And the problem is you face this kind of issue when you're this far behind this early in the game, is that what you really want to do is you want to spend your money to buy pink wards, but I'm not going to talk about that quite yet because the Gnar is getting ganked. He does have his Gnar available, so he's just going to push them all the way back. Flash coming out as well, being very, very safe on that one. Also taking a little bit of damage here. Nobody really here in order to support this one. Lucian just going to do his thing, provide a little bit of extra damage. The culling coming out, but only really landing on minions, getting a couple shots here and there. But the Lysandra now coming back in for the Rise. The ultimate coming down. Going to try to chain with the W, lock him down forever. Does not have that cleanse available. Olaf now trying to run in here, using his Ragnarok to just chase him down and not get CC'd by the Runic Prison. And that is once again 4-0-0 for the Lysandra at under 10 minutes. The ultimate coming down, the Glacial Fissure going down from the Braum, locking everybody down, but the ultimate coming down from the Alistar as well. Ezreal taking a lot of damage. A turret shot being taken down onto the Lucian. Heal having to come out, but it looks like the chase might be happening here. Ezreal does not have his ultimate available to take down that Lucian, but all in all, just a little bit of aggression coming down from both the bot lane
I'm
teams
going to
here.
pretend that Lucian didn't just dash into turret range.
He kind of did, though.
He did 100%, but I'm going to pretend that he didn't.
And that's the first turret of the game. 10
Oh
minutes
my
into this
God.
game.
This
How much gold is Lysandra going back on? That's what I want to know. Let's
lots,
just check that.
Several.
She's going back on
More than 7.
2,200 gold.
That's more than 7 for sure.
Oh, man. That is, yeah, that's tough. That's really tough.
Yeah, less than ideal for sure.
Okay, so Volibear doesn't have any summoner spells. Rise now has his cleanse back up and available.
Lysandra
so
has twice the net worth of Rise.
yeah, yeah. I feel really bad for this Rise.
Guess who still doesn't have any kill participation?
Rob.
Lil.
Poor guy. Poor guy. But looks like the blue buff is going to be going over to Lysandra. I've been loving this duo of Lysandra and Olaf.
Yeah.
These guys know where the
Yes.
aggression needs to be at.
I mean, also when you have a lane that gets first blood at level 1,
You
like,
can
why
afford
would-
to.
Yeah, there's no reason not to hit it up.
Oh, dear God. And speak of the devil, and it shall appear.
Oh
Oh, no. And she's got her ultimate available again.
no. Maokai.
No,
has
Maokai.
flash.
So there's the flash.
Good
Yep.
flash. That's
Smart.
actually pretty all right. They're going to see if they can siege this tower down.
Well, they have no
probably
support at the
will.
top, but they're probably going to get this top turret. It was a great flash by Maokai, but it needed to happen. If you got
Braum?
chained down, you were done.
Did you see that Braum flash?
No. Did Braum just flash?
He just like flashed into melee range of the Alistair and just like
Sup?
yeah. He's just like, hey, I'm here, and now I'm
Hey.
even more here.
Yeah, no.
Okay, bye.
So we do have the Volibear down here. Oh, here's the
Alright.
Gnar. Where are you people coming from? So that's going to be a kill for the Gnar, using as much damage as possible.
Double
Going to
TP.
Gnar him into the wall. Maokai taking a lot of damage, just going to get locked down by the Braum passive. They hopefully want to give this kill over to Lucian, try to get him a little bit fed. Lucian is going to pick up that kill. It looks like the Lysandra was finally taken down by the Ezreal. The Glacial Fisher not really landing on anything, but the Rise now trying to pick up some kills.
Rise.
Lucian is very, very low.
Rise,
The Rise flashing
no.
into the brush, but he was going the other way. They need to try to slow him down, do some damage, and that is going to be an ace at 12 minutes, and Rise just flashing into the wrong brush. Lucian completely juked him.
He also
completely juked
He
it.
also just let Gnar just wail on him
Yep.
for ages. That's the double TP play.
And
Misha
oh,
made a super greedy play where he was like, oh, Ezreal's low. I'm gonna dive. For
Yep.
an Ezreal kill, like for your 6th kill of the game, but giving over that
the
that
shutdown's big.
shutdown, yeah. That's
It's a bit greedy. But, you
I
know,
mean,
hey,
you're 7,000
listen.
gold up at 12
Listen.
minutes, so I think you're
I
all
don't
right.
mind the fact that Misha's got some bloodlust right now. You know, you get that many kills this early in the game, I would also be diving
Yeah, I suppose.
everywhere. So, like, I'm sorry she's not waiting in the base for Rise to come back to just, like, try to kill him in base. But it was just such a clutch play there that the double TP, because they just showed top lane, and I just don't think the red side expected that. They were taking down the turret up in the top lane, and then they both appeared in the bot lane. Didn't even need the Olaf, who I've been so impressed with how the Olaf has been playing, so I'm surprised that they fought without him being there. But they didn't even really need him. The damage coming out of the Lysandra, the Lucian did a great job at kind of juking in and out of things, staying alive. But now he has 2 kills as well. So, and that's what I like seeing.
And
You
Braum
don't
has
want
kill participation.
he does. Good job. Way to go, Braum. But it's one of those things that, like, I don't want to see all the kills going on to Lysandra, because the problem is if you do take her out, then there's your damage gone.
Yeah.
So the fact that Lucian is now picking up some kills, you're going to get him pretty damn strong. Already has the Ghost Blade completed. So now you have 2 pretty big damage threats on your team. And also, Gnar, 1-0-6.
Has a full frozen mallet.
Great score.
The ultimate tool against the team that just wants to run at you like a goon.
And it
like-
looks like might be building the Black Cleaver as well, just with the items that he
Yeah,
currently has going
maybe.
on. Could be building that. And
It
you know what? I
seems a
like
little
seeing.
greedy.
I like seeing, though, that this is a completely different Gnar build than the last Gnar that we
You know,
saw,
just
who
like
was
full
tank,
getting
just
bullied in
looking to
lane.
get just looking to get his ultimate off and let his damage dealers do what they needed to do. This Gnar is actually going to be a threat.
Yeah, well, when you're this far ahead,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you like have made the TP plays and you've accrued a lead for yourself as well, piggybacking off of what your teammates have been doing. You can kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah, no, you're
Like,
not wrong.
It's
And
27
and this is now the
to
second
19, 27 to 20.
second
gold.
Ocean Drake. Oh, and Braum just having the
Yeah.
shields up. Yep, that was
Just
beautiful.
happens to be there.
Nope.
Don't worry, guys, I got this.
And so this is just, so now with 2 Ocean Dragons,
NP for the carry.
like,
Sign
your
Braum.
regeneration is just going to be nuts.
Yeah, pretty much.
Like, they're going to be able to just siege turrets, even take turret shots,
But the
run
thing is
back
that that's
a little bit.
not their siege isn't great.
No,
though.
it sucks, but now they can take the damage and then walk back, have the Ocean Drake buff just do its thing, and then run back in.
Yeah, I feel like that's kind of for snowballing at least. It's probably the worst dragon.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Well, sorry,
especially
Cloud.
considering you
well,
already had one.
to be honest, actually, I would say
Cloud
Cloud
is-
normally, but Cloud is amazing for Olaf.
Yeah, Cloud is
That guy
great
just
for
wants to run.
snowballing for sure.
Nice culling coming out, huge culling coming out. The Volibear having a flash, at least that came in handy, but the stun is going to go down anyways. The knock-up onto the Alistar, probably going to have to burn his ultimate to get away from this one. They are holding it off, but he's not going to use it
So
early enough.
late.
So late on that Alistar ultimate. Now they're going to chase down the Ezreal. He is going to go down. That's a
Oh,
triple
good,
kill
good.
for the Lucian. He is going to be taken down, though, because the turret was focusing him. Is going to be locked down. The Maokai is going to go down as well. They're not fighting under the turret. Get under the turret. Have it help you. Assist. And that is going to be a dead Braum, but also a dead Rise. That is an ace for 2 at 16 minutes into this game.
I feel so bad.
I feel dirty. Like, I just... Oh.
It's also Trinity Force Ezreal, which I feel like is not great into a team comp that's just trying to run you down. But, you know, it doesn't really – builds don't really matter at this point. You're like, great,
No.
guys, I got my Trinity Force Spike. All right, great. So Lysandre's got her second full item.
The problem is, you know what, I think
Lucian is like
I don't
let's
really...
see, 200 gold or something? Yeah, 200 gold off of his Black
I
Clover.
don't really mind the Trinity Force idea, mainly because if you look at the blue team, what is Iceborne Gauntlets going to do for you? You can't
I
really
mean,
slow
kite them.
anybody, right? Like, the Olaf's going to Ragnarok, you're not going to slow him. If Gnar hits you with one auto attack with his Frozen Mallet, you're not going to outrun him. Like, it's... I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
you
a,
also
that's a
need
tricky
the
one.
damage in this kind of a comp with
Yeah.
that you get from the Trinity Force.
So, like, I'm kind of, you're right. On a normal Ezreal, I don't like it. But in terms of that team comp, maybe you just need that damage. You need the movement speed that comes from it. And I don't think that the slow from the Iceborne Gauntlets is really going to do much of anything for you right now against this team. They're going to be up in your face one way or the other. And the little slow is not going to do anything. And look at that. They're just, the blue team is just making the red side jungle their own.
The
So that's
whole
going to
map
be red
is
buff.
theirs.
The
They
whole
have
map is
control of
theirs.
the entire map.
Yeah,
Like
they're just,
Olaf is just like chilling mid,
Yeah.
and then they're going to go for a 4v5 top lane, and they don't even care.
Yep, Gnar currently has that bar almost available, so if they're thinking about doing any type of a fight, this would look like a pretty good time to do it. Because, of course, being a Gnar, fighting in the jungle is probably one of the best things on the planet.
Yeah, for sure.
Because there's so many walls, so much terrain that you can use your ultimate on. But here, Gnar is now available. Oh, it looks like the Volibear is just going to be absolutely shredded. And it looks like the Lucian now trying to do some damage, getting that red buff onto the Alistar. They are just knocking on Heaven's Door. The Rise is being taken down. Misha going immediately onto that Ezreal to pick up that kill. The ultimate going down onto her to start healing herself up. The ultimate going down from the Alistar as well is going to get locked down and taken down. Maokai is now the second last remaining person.
Keep
The
your eye
Rise
on the
is
tower.
still alive, but there we go. The Maokai is now dead. Rise just kind of standing there. Would not be surprised to see him just dancing in the base at this point. We are 18 minutes into this game. And that is the first inhibitor going down.
And it's not even like,
18
okay, guys, let's take inhib and peel back for Baron. It's 18 minutes in the game.
It's 18 You can't take Baron right now. It's
I
not
guess,
even
yeah,
up.
They can rotate top and take another inhibitor at 18 minutes if
Yep.
they want. That seems like something that's
18 to 3. They have had a kill per minute, this blue team. Unreal. 38K to 25K.
13,000,
This has just been
12,000.
it's been such a clutch game from this blue team. And what I like to see about it is they knew where they needed to be aggressive and they just kept pushing it, right? It's just been push, 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 push on the one sore spot. What are you thinking, play of the game?
I'm just putting the level 1. I mean, the level
I
1
would-
really dictated the pace of this game.
I would say the Olaf at that level 1 was just perfect. I would say the first 5 minutes of Olaf's gameplay were fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the
But-
rest of it's been fine. He just like hasn't
Oh, he hasn't
had
done
a huge impact.
He hasn't done it. Well, to be honest, I like the way that Olaf's playing now, like going and doing his own thing. I think he's looking at this and just goes, you know what I did for you in the first 10 minutes of this game? I get to do whatever the hell I want now. And he's been farming, he's been going to lanes, he's been picking up dragons. Like that guy, you do not owe Olaf anything anymore. That was just beautiful. And just sadly, the Volibear just has not had the impact that and I can't blame the Volibear. Olaf has just been too good. right? Invading, killing the Volibear, stealing the red buff. Like, Volibear didn't even get the red buff, so he didn't get the experience from the red buff either. It was just Olaf killing him and then taking the red buff for himself. So he just such a secure lead.
But
And
it's okay,
Baron
'cause
is
he
now
has a
up.
rejuvenation bead
Baron's
now,
up,
so.
and they're on it.
I mean, yeah, what are you going to do? If they even have it warded, and they're like, you know what, just give us that. They're starting to wander over, but, like, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
This?
Like, Ryze can teleport you in. Baron does a lot of damage, but look how tanky the Gnar is still.
They're
Oh,
TPing,
here
they're
we
going.
go. Oh, we are going to see some
Nice
great
shield.
Braum shield that's going to prevent some stuff from going down. The Gnar going down onto the Maokai immediately, but they don't have a
Wait,
smite here. So the smite being
Oh.
used, Olaf does pick that one up. The Maokai is going to go down. Lysandra in the back using her ultimate onto the Ryze, but the cleanse being used. Glacial Fissure coming out, and it looks like the Gnar is going to try to chase this one down. Ryze is still alive. Volibear is there, but the Ghost and the Ragnarok coming down. The Axe is going to miss, but he's just going to pick that one up and continue running. There's the slows going down. Tries to fling him back, but of course with the Ragnarok, you cannot be touched. And this is going to be the dead Volibear. This is just the Ezreal being alive right now
That's gotta be
with
the game.
Baroned
It
up
has to.
minions.
Come on.
And this is the end of the
Let
road.
the poor people go.
Let my people go. Good gracious. What a game. Coming from, we believe it's Markza, right? On the
Yes,
on the
indeed.
blue side.
Yes, indeed.
That was phenomenal. Look at the death timers. They're already back. Like, it's not like a short amount. It's such a short amount of time for them to come back because we're only 21 minutes into this game. No, Braum! He got away. There we go.
Easy
Oh, the flash
peasy.
into it, and he does get the double kill, sacrificing his life, but gets the fountain kill. But ladies and gentlemen, game number 2 of the Solo Queue Fall Hero Tournament. It goes to Markza. And in probably one of the most convincing fashions I have ever seen. My word.
That was brutal.
I just...
Ouch.
Yeah, I think that pretty much sums it up. That was just
ouch,
ouch.
ouch, ouch.
So, Lysandra sitting at 19,755 damage.
The most damage done on the red team was
Was
Ezreal with just under 8,000
8,000 damage.
Holy guacamole.
Holy, that was impressive.
Yeah, there's nothing really
So,
to say about that game. Braum actually did more